Minimalism isn't just about owning fewer things. It's a mindset, a philosophy that can transform every aspect of your life. When I first started exploring minimalism, I thought it was only about decluttering my home, getting rid of excess, and living with the bare essentials. But as I journeyed deeper, I discovered that minimalism reaches far beyond physical possessions. It's about intentionality, focus, and creating space for what truly matters. Here are 3 life lessons I learned from embracing minimalism. The first and perhaps most profound lesson is the value of intentional living. In a world overflowing with choices and distractions, it's easy to move through life on autopilot, accumulating things, commitments, and responsibilities without much thought. Minimalism taught me to pause and ask myself, does this add value to my life? Whether it's an object, a relationship, or a task, I learned to evaluate everything through the lens of purpose. This shift in perspective helped me let go of what wasn't serving me. I began decluttering not just my home, but also my calendar and my mind. I said no to obligations that drained my energy, and yes to experiences that brought me joy. Intentional living means making conscious choices, rather than letting life simply happen to you. It's about being present, making room for growth, and focusing on the things that align with your values. The second lesson is that happiness isn't found in possessions, but in experiences and connections. Like many, I used to believe that acquiring the latest gadget, a new outfit, or a bigger home would bring lasting satisfaction. But with each new purchase, the excitement faded quickly, replaced by the urge to get more. Minimalism helped me break free from this cycle by shifting my focus from owning things to cherishing moments. I discovered that some of my happiest memories came from simple experiences, sharing a meal with friends, exploring nature, or learning a new skill. Minimalism gave me the freedom and clarity to invest more in relationships and personal growth, rather than material goods. I realized that the best things in life aren't things at all, but the people we love and the memories we create together. By letting go of the constant pursuit of more, I found contentment in what I already had. The third lesson is the transformative power of letting go. At first, parting with possessions was difficult. Each item seemed to hold a memory or a promise of future use. But as I gradually decluttered, I felt lighter and more at peace. Letting go isn't just about physical objects, it's also about releasing old habits, limiting beliefs, and fears that hold us back. Minimalism encouraged me to confront what I was holding onto and why. I learned that clinging to the past or worrying about the future only creates clutter in the mind. By letting go, I made space for new opportunities and growth. I became more adaptable, open to change, and resilient in the face of challenges. Minimalism showed me that true freedom comes not from holding on, but from letting go. Embracing minimalism has been a journey of self-discovery, teaching me to live with intention, find happiness beyond possessions, and embrace the power of letting go. These lessons have enriched my life in ways I never expected. Minimalism isn't about deprivation or sacrificing comfort. It's about creating a life filled with meaning, clarity, and joy. By focusing on what truly matters, we can find abundance in simplicity and discover the extraordinary within the ordinary. In today's hyper-connected world, it feels like our phones have become extensions of ourselves. Notifications buzz, screens glow late into the night, and social media feeds never seem to end. Yet, while these little devices keep us informed and entertained, they can often steal our time, attention, and even our sense of well-being. That's why embracing a digital detox, choosing to use your phone less and live more, can be one of the most empowering decisions you make for yourself. A digital detox doesn't mean giving up your phone entirely. Instead, it's about creating intentional boundaries, reclaiming your focus, and rediscovering the richness of the present moment. The journey begins with awareness. Start by noticing when and why you reach for your phone. Is it a reflex during awkward silences, a way to fill boredom, or perhaps a distraction from stress? By honestly observing your habits without judgment, you lay the groundwork for meaningful change. Next, set specific intentions for your phone use. For example, Decide that you'll only check emails at certain times of the day, or that social media is off limits after dinner. Small, clear rules make it easier to stick to your goals. You might even try designating phone-free zones in your home, like the dining table, the bedroom, or your favorite reading chair. These sacred spaces become reminders to be present with yourself and those around you. One of the most effective strategies is to turn off non-essential notifications. Every ping and banner tugs at your attention, breaking your focus and increasing anxiety. By silencing the digital noise, you give yourself the freedom to engage more fully in real life. Take it a step further by moving the most distracting apps off your home screen, or even deleting them for a set period. Out of sight, out of mind becomes a powerful ally. Replacing phone time with nourishing activities is key. Rediscover hobbies you once loved, or try something new, whether it's reading, cooking, hiking, or painting. When you fill your days with enriching experiences, the urge to mindlessly scroll begins to fade. Connect with friends and family in person whenever you can. Laughter, shared stories, and eye contact foster a sense of connection that no amount of likes or comments can replicate. Start and end your day without your phone. Consider a gentle morning routine that centers you, perhaps a few minutes of stretching, journaling, or simply sipping your coffee in peace. At night, wind down by reading a physical book or practicing relaxation techniques. The blue light from screens can disrupt your sleep, while unplugging helps your mind and body rest more deeply. Of course, there will be moments when you slip back into old habits. Be kind to yourself, and remember that this is a journey, not a race. Each time you choose real life over your screen, you're building resilience and presence. Over time, you may notice subtle but profound shifts, deeper conversations, greater creativity, improved mood, and a renewed sense of clarity. Ultimately, using your phone less isn't about deprivation. It's about making space for what truly matters. It's about reclaiming your time, nurturing your relationships, and being fully present in the moments that make life meaningful. By taking small, intentional steps toward a digital detox, you give yourself the greatest gift of all, the ability to live more, connect deeply, and experience the world with fresh eyes. Stepping away from social media for 30 days is a journey that many consider, but few actually undertake. In a world where notifications constantly beckon, scrolling fills every spare moment, and updates from friends and strangers alike shape our perception of reality. Disconnecting feels both radical and intimidating. Yet, the curiosity to discover what life is like without the endless feed persists. Here's what happens when you quit social media for a full month. The first few days are often the hardest. The habit of reaching for your phone in idle moments is deeply ingrained, and breaking it can feel uncomfortable, almost like a phantom limb. You might find yourself instinctively unlocking your phone, your thumb hovering over the familiar app icons, only to remember they're no longer there. There's a sense of emptiness at first, a void where constant stimulation used to live. It's tempting to reinstall the apps, just to take a quick peek, but the commitment to this experiment keeps you going. As the initial discomfort fades, you begin to notice subtle changes. Without the barrage of updates, your mind feels quieter. There's less noise, less urgency, the anxiety that often accompanies endless notifications starts to recede. You realize how much mental energy was being spent absorbing information that, in retrospect, wasn't particularly meaningful. Instead, you find yourself more present in your surroundings. Meals become opportunities for mindful eating rather than a backdrop for endless scrolling. Conversations feel richer, undistracted by the ping of an incoming message. Sleep quality often improves during this period. Without the glow of a screen just before bed, your mind unwinds more naturally. Falling asleep becomes easier, and you wake up feeling more rested. The temptation to check your phone first thing in the morning disappears, replaced by a slower, more deliberate start to the day. As the days pass, you might notice your productivity increasing. Free from the constant lure of social media, tasks that used to drag on seem easier to complete. Your attention span lengthens, and you find it easier to enter a state of flow, whether you're working, studying, or pursuing hobbies. Books that had been gathering dust on your shelf are suddenly inviting. Creative pursuits, once sidelined by the allure of endless content, begin to flourish. But the experience isn't universally positive. For some, the absence of social media brings unexpected challenges. Feelings of loneliness may surface, especially if you relied on online communities for connection. The fear of missing out, FOMO, can creep in, whispering that you're being left behind, that important moments are unfolding without you. During these times, it's important to seek connection in other ways, reaching out to friends via phone calls, spending time with family, or joining local groups and activities. By the end of 30 days, the transformation is clear. For many, anxiety and depressive symptoms decrease, replaced by a greater sense of calm and well-being. The world feels slower, more manageable. You become more intentional about your relationships and how you spend your time. However, it's also clear that social media serves a purpose: connection, entertainment, information, and its absence can leave certain gaps. The key takeaway from a month away from social media isn't that everyone should quit entirely. Rather, it's about understanding your relationship with these platforms and finding a healthier balance. Some choose to return with stricter boundaries, perhaps limiting usage to certain times of day or unfollowing accounts that don't add value. Others continue their hiatus, savoring the newfound clarity and peace. Ultimately, quitting social media for 30 days is less about deprivation and more about discovery, learning what matters most to you, reclaiming your time, and finding new ways to connect with the world around you. Whether you return or move forward without it, you'll do so with a deeper awareness of your own needs and priorities.